So we've heard a few days ago about comparison, and particularly as a child of God, when we compare ourselves either favourably or unfavourably, someone always loses in that situation. That comparison is not part of our kingdom toolkit. It's not part of our faith toolkit. It's just something that we should fight every day. It's something that in our brokenness comes naturally to us. But in our walk with God, as we grow closer to Him, we should shed off anything that entangles us. And comparison is most certainly one of those things. But at the end of the last session, I threw out there this thought that there is one type of comparison that if we appropriate it correctly, it can give life. And it's this. In the book of Isaiah, it tells us that he had a vision of the Lord. And as he saw the God, we don't really know exactly what that vision was like, but we can surmise that he saw God in all of his splendor. He saw God in all of his majesty. He saw God for who he was. And it tells us this, that when Isaiah saw the Lord, it tells us that the response to that was this, that, oh my goodness, God is so great and I am so not. In other words, the comparison between seeing God for who he really is and he for who he really is caused him to think, my goodness, I'm in trouble. Now you may think, well, Dave, that's not a comparison that gives life. Surely feeling that way is not good. Surely feeling that way is destructive. Surely feeling that way brings you down and doesn't pull you up. But here's the thing about our walk with God and our journey with God. When we see God for who he is in his perfection, God in his grace enables us to see our lack. He enables us to see our imperfection, but not for the purpose of making us feel bad. That's the key. When God shines a light in our lives, and when we put ourselves next to him, we see we fall so short. It's not for the purpose of pushing us out of his presence. It's for the purpose of drawing us in. If you're privileged enough, which you are and I am, for God to shine that light on your life, that the heartbeat of that is for God to say, come near to me, draw near to me, because you in yourself are imperfect, you're broken. We all know that about our lives. But when you lean into me, when you accept my love, you accept my grace, you accept my mercy, I pour my spirit into you and I view you as if you are perfect because you've clothed yourself with Christ. So God doesn't lord it over us. God doesn't have an ego that wants to make us feel bad and low and destroyed. He wants to show us how far we've come away from him so that we can draw near to him. So the comparison of God is a comparison that gives life. And I encourage you, that's not a one-off decision that we make to become a Christian. It's a daily journey of looking at God and saying, God, you are so great. Thank you that you give me the opportunity to draw into your presence that I may become more whole each and every day. So our comparison with one another never works. It always kills. But when we draw into God's presence, he fills us with his spirit. God bless you.